Hey everybody, this is Josh at Silver Springs, and today we're actually in the kitchen and we're going to talk about two simple, inexpensive ways for you to completely change up your cocktails. Today we are at the Reed House and we are utilizing the kitchen there, and if you have not been there, it is a great venue for any kind of event you might be having, and if you have people coming from out of town, it's a great place to put them up and have them stay, and they were kind enough to let me use their kitchen today. So earlier in the week, we talked about the three basic elements of the cocktail formula: sweet, sour, and booze. And today we're going to talk about two of those. First, on the sweet side, we're going to make a couple unique simple syrups. Secondly is on the sour side. We are going to cure some oranges and some lemons. Both of those processes are very easy, very inexpensive, and can put a completely new spin on the cocktails we all know and love. So we'll get started with the simple syrups. So the basic simple syrup is very easy. It's just equal parts sugar and water. So in this case, we'll do a cup of each. And you just put it on the stove and heat it up till the sugar melts. So the simple syrup is basic, but what we're going to do different to ours is we're going to grate some ginger root in one, and then we're going to steep some hot peppers in another. I got these beautiful peppers from Greg Dunham, and we're going to have a ginger simple syrup and a spicy pepper simple syrup. So with the ginger root, I'm just going to wash it really well. You can peel it if you want, cut it into chunks if you want, but all the ginger root is going to come out of the simple syrup after we steep it for a while. So I'm not going to peel it, I'm just going to use a grater, a cheese grater, and grate it. So as you start grating it, you can see it's really fibrous, but the aroma is great. And of course, by grating it, we get more surface area that will, seep into the simple syrup and really just give it a lot more flavor. We could just take chunks and drop it in there, which I've done before, but you don't really get nearly as much ginger flavor as you do if you just take a regular box grater and grate it down. While your simple syrups are heating up, you really don't have to do much. Medium to low heat is fine. Again, we're just really looking for the water to warm up enough for the sugar to dissolve. Sometimes it helps just to give it a little stir in case your burner's a little warm. You don't want the sugar to burn, but otherwise you just kind of leave it alone and let the sugar melt. So we've got all of our ginger root grated. It was one good sized ginger root, so maybe about this size. Gave us this much, and again, the aroma is just great, so this should be plenty to flavor our simple syrup. So it looks like our sugar is all dissolved. The water's just warm. And so what I'll do is I'll take the ginger root for the first one and really just put it in there the way it is. Give it a little stir to kind of get it integrated. And then we will leave that for an hour. And so with these peppers, it's going to be super simple. We're just going to pick out some peppers, literally just cut them open, and then we'll just set those in there to steep as well. I'll probably pick, 3 or 4. And we'll cut them open. Again, the aroma is great. Maybe an orange. And we'll just take those and add them to the pot. So we left the simple syrups on simmer, and so while those are simmering down, we're going to cut up our lemons and our oranges. And so we're looking for kind of thin slices. They don't have to be super even or anything, but about like that. And we will get both of these 2 lemons and 2 oranges cut up. And then I'll come right back and show you the curing mix. So we got our lemons and our oranges cut up. And now we're just going to do our curing mix, which is nothing more than 1/2 cup of sugar and 1/2 cup of salt. So we got our 1/2 cup sugar, 1/2 cup salt. We just want to make sure that that's good and mixed up. Make sure it's pretty evenly distributed in both. And then really all we're going to do is kind of layer it. So I've got 2 pans here, 2 small pans, 1 for each. We're just going to kind of layer some of the salt and sugar in here. Make sure it gets good and covered on the bottom. And then we're just going to we'll start with our lemons. We'll just take our lemons and start layering them in there. Just 1 layer deep. You don't want them overlapping if you can help it. And then we will take the rest of the cure mix and just sprinkle it evenly across the top. Kind of give it a little shake. And then really, that's it. So now we just let this sit on the counter uncovered for 3 days. And we'll come back after 3 days and I'll kind of take you through the rest of the process.